So we're back to growing wealth. What do you do? What do you do with growing your investment? I remember there's a time I was speaking about being in the 10% club. So what does it mean to be in a 10% club? So picture this, right? The government has a lot of taxes. There's so many things that is happening. Here's a new tip. Here is a financial tip for you today, or an investment tip. So immediately your salary comes, whether you're on loan or whether you're on anything. I believe there is only one way to get yourself out of debt. It is by investing. Nope. The best proven way is by investing. So say you're earning, let me use a median number, 25,000 a month, right? You're earning 2,500 shillings. I mean 25,000 shillings a month. How do you ensure that you live your normal life, but at the same time you grow your wealth? So this is what I say: put 10% aside of every time you're earning. Initially, actually, the studies have shown that the concept of tithing, putting 10% and giving back to God, is true. It's a way of gaining wealth. That I agree. But there's another way of utilizing your 10% apart from tithing. So if you're like me, where I'm coming from, you're raised that when you get your money, first thing you do, take 10%, give it to God. Very frugal, Jewish style, whichever way you call it, very nice. But this is another way of what you could do. So after putting the 10% outside, look for a fund. And I'll be very sincere. Don't even start with the stock market. The stock market is not the ideal place for you to start investing your money. And if you're going to the stock market, let me also be very clear. Go for something called index funds or exchange traded funds, ETFs. So index or exchange traded funds. So the exchange traded funds, what happens is just taking price of certain investments within the stock market and put your money on them. And the NSE has a bit of some of its funds, of course. Because being in Africa, I have to talk about Africa. The Nairobi Stock Exchange market does not have so many of these ETFs, but it has what we call mutual funds. So mutual funds is just basically a pool of money people put together and then they invest it. So you'll have a fund manager as a company that is able to do these investments. Here's what you do, right? Here's what you do. When you get your money today, go take 10% and put it in that fund. There are examples. There is Etika Money Market Fund in Kenya. There is Saiton Money Market Fund. There is Britam. I'm just I'm mentioning names. I am not telling you which you're supposed to go for. And there are also private ones. So for example, I manage a privately one. So there are those funds. So every minute you get your money, you take 10% of it and put it in that fund, regardless of how the economy is. Here's why this is key. Inflation is growing. That's one. So prices of commodities are really going high. So the question is, how are you able to fund your needs in the future? So every moment you get 10%, every time you get a salary, money, any income, you take 10% and replow it back. Even in your dividends, let's say for example, you invested in a money market fund, right? And then you got like and the fund was 100,000, and then your interest was like 10,000. Make sure you take 1,000 of that 10,000 back to the fund. I would advise to put all of it back to the fund, but at least 1,000 back to that fund. Now you have 25,000 as your salary. You take 2,500 and put it in a fund. You do this for 5 years. Just try 5 years alone. Actually, don't even do 5 years. Try 1 year, and you'll see tremendous growth. This is the best way to start this investment journey. And you'll be asking me, where did I get this tip from? I got this tip from none other than Warren Buffett. He says that if you want to grow wealthy, and I mean wealthy, forget being rich, you want to go wealthy, take 10% of your income and then put it in a fund, invest it in a fund that is growing. Keyword, a fund that is growing. There, you'll be able to achieve so much. And I think also just to mention, even in the stock market, so after you've achieved a certain certain share of value, a certain wealth. For example, if you've invested in funds for like 3 years, you can take half of that money from that fund and now put it in the stock market, where you'll have been able to have identified some of the ways of growing in the investments. So that is from me today. That was my tip for the day. Now, the next tip I'll talk about next time is the story of coins versus not. How do you grow wealth in an unsustainable environment, especially in Africa? Cheers, guys. Have a good day and enjoy.